You know what's absolutely terrifying? Right now, as you're watching this, your body might be screaming for help, and you're completely ignoring it. You're sleeping 7, maybe 8 hours a night. You're downing coffee like it's going out of style. You're telling yourself, I just need to push through. But here's the truth that nobody's talking about. Your exhaustion might have absolutely nothing to do with how much sleep you're getting. In fact, I see patients every single week who sleep like babies but feel like zombies. And when we run the tests, we discover something shocking, something fixable, something that's been hiding in plain sight. So let me ask you something. What if the reason you can't get out of bed in the morning has nothing to do with your pillow and everything to do with what's happening inside your body right now? What if I told you that your bone-crushing fatigue, that fog in your brain, that heaviness in your limbs, what if all of that could vanish in weeks, maybe even days, once you understand what's really going on? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change your life. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Harrison, and I'm a board-certified internal medicine physician here in the United States. I've spent over 15 years helping people reclaim their energy, their health, and honestly, their lives. And listen, if this video helps you, if even one thing I say today makes a difference, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future videos that could literally save your life. And please, drop a comment below telling me what's making you tired. I read every single one. Share this with someone who's always exhausted. Trust me, they'll thank you for it. Now let's talk about why you're so tired and what you can actually do about it. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah came into my office about 2 years ago. She was 38 years old, a marketing director, mother of 2 beautiful kids, and she was falling apart. She told me, Dr. Harrison, I'm sleeping 9 hours a night. I go to bed at 9, I wake up at 6. I should feel amazing, right? But instead, she could barely make it through a meeting without nodding off. She was snapping at her kids. Her husband thought she was depressed. She thought she was losing her mind. We ran some tests, standard stuff. And you know what we found? Her iron levels were in the basement. Her vitamin D was almost non-existent. Her thyroid was limping along like a car running on 2 cylinders. None of this had anything to do with sleep, everything to do with what her body was or wasn't getting. 3 months later, different person. She texted me a photo of herself hiking with her family. The message said, I forgot what normal felt like. Here's what I need you to understand. Sleep is not always the answer. Sometimes your body is tired because it's starving, suffocating, or struggling with something you can't see. And if you don't figure out what that is, you're going to spend years dragging yourself through life wondering why nothing works. So let's fix this together, starting right now. Okay, first up, and this is huge, iron deficiency. Now I know what you're thinking. Iron? Really? That's it? Yes, really, because iron is the delivery truck for oxygen in your body. Without it, your cells are gasping for air. Here's how it works. Iron is a key part of hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that carries oxygen from your lungs to every tissue, every organ, every muscle. When you don't have enough iron, your body can't deliver oxygen efficiently. And what happens when your muscles and brain don't get oxygen? You feel like you've been hit by a truck. You're not just tired, you're exhausted. Your heart races when you walk upstairs. You can't focus. Your skin looks pale. You might even crave ice or dirt. Yes, that's a real thing called pica, and it's your body's bizarre way of saying, help me. And here's the kicker. This is incredibly common. Women, especially, lose iron every month through menstruation. Vegetarians and vegans, higher risk. People with digestive issues like celiac or Crohn's disease, you're not absorbing iron properly. Think of your body like a factory. Iron is the forklift operator. Without enough forklifts, nothing gets moved. Production stops. The whole system shuts down. So what do? Get your iron levels checked. Ask your doctor for a ferritin test. That's your iron storage. If it's low, start eating more iron-rich foods, red meat, spinach, lentils, fortified cereals. Pair them with vitamin C to boost absorption.
An orange with your spinach salad? Perfect. And if your levels are really low, you might need a supplement. But don't guess. Don't self-prescribe. Work with your doctor. Here's your action step. Get tested this month. Don't wait. Let's talk about your thyroid. This little butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, it's the master controller of your metabolism. It's the thermostat of your entire body. And when it's not working right, everything slows down. Hypothyroidism, that's an underactive thyroid, is one of the most commonly missed causes of fatigue. Why? Because the symptoms are vague. You're tired, you're cold, you're gaining weight even though you're eating less, your hair is falling out, you're constipated, your brain feels foggy. Doctors hear this and think, you're stressed. Get more sleep. Wrong. Your thyroid produces hormones, T3 and T4, that regulate how fast your cells burn energy. When those hormones drop, your cells go into slow motion. It's like driving a car with the parking brake on. You're moving, but barely. And here's what's scary. Millions of people are walking around with undiagnosed thyroid problems. Women over 30, you're at higher risk. Family history of thyroid disease? Even higher. I had a patient, Tom, who came in complaining about fatigue. We tested his thyroid. His TSH, that's thyroid-stimulating hormone, was sky high, which meant his thyroid wasn't making enough hormone. We started him on levothyroxine, a simple daily pill. 6 weeks later, he said, "Doc, I feel like I'm 25 again." So here's the deal. If you're exhausted and nothing's helping, get your thyroid checked. Ask for a full panel, TSH, free T4, free T3, and thyroid antibodies. If it's low, treatment is straightforward. 1 pill a day. That's it. Action step. Schedule a thyroid test. Seriously, do it today. Now let's get into something a little more invisible but just as dangerous. Chronic inflammation. You've probably heard about inflammation. It's your body's alarm system. You cut your finger, inflammation rushes in to heal it. You catch a cold, inflammation fights the virus. But what happens when that alarm never turns off? Chronic inflammation is like a fire that keeps smoldering in your body. It doesn't heal you, it exhausts you. It drains your energy, it damages your tissues. And it's linked to almost every major disease: heart disease, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's. And yes, it makes you tired, bone deep tired. Why? Because inflammation activates your immune system 24/7. Your body thinks it's under attack, so it's constantly on high alert. That takes energy, tons of it. What causes chronic inflammation? A lot of things. A terrible diet full of sugar and processed foods, lack of exercise, chronic stress, poor sleep. Yes, that actually does play a role here. Hidden infections, autoimmune issues. Think of inflammation like a car engine that's constantly revving. Eventually, you run out of gas. So how do you fight it? Start with your diet. Cut out the junk. Load up on anti-inflammatory foods. Fatty fish like salmon, leafy greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, turmeric. These are packed with antioxidants that calm the fire. Move your body. Even a 20-minute walk reduces inflammation. Manage stress. Meditate, breathe, sleep well. And if you suspect something deeper like an autoimmune issue, get tested. CRP, C-reactive protein, is a blood test that measures inflammation. Action step. Clean up your diet this week, 1 meal at a time.
Warning sign number 4. Your blood sugar is on a roller coaster. All right, let's talk about blood sugar. You eat a bagel for breakfast, maybe a muffin, something quick, something sweet. You feel good for about 30 minutes, then crash. You're exhausted. You can't think. You reach for more sugar. Sound familiar? This is the blood sugar roller coaster, and it's destroying your energy. Here's what's happening. When you eat refined carbs, white bread, pastries, sugary cereals, your blood sugar spikes fast. Your pancreas panics and dumps out insulin to bring it back down, but it overcompensates. Your blood sugar plummets. And that crash, that's when you feel exhausted. Do this every day, multiple times a day, and your body never stabilizes. You're constantly riding the highs and lows. Your cells become resistant to insulin. You're on the road to prediabetes, diabetes, and chronic fatigue. And even if you're not diabetic, unstable blood sugar wrecks your energy. I had a patient, Lisa, who swore she was eating healthy, but when we looked closer, her breakfast was orange juice and toast. Pure sugar. By 10 a.m., she was falling asleep at her desk. We switched her to eggs, avocado, and some berries, protein, healthy fats, fiber. Her energy stabilized within days. Here's the fix. Balance your meals. Every time you eat, include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. That slows down sugar absorption and keeps your blood sugar steady. Avoid sugary drinks, soda, juice, energy drinks. They're the worst offenders. And if you're worried, get your fasting blood sugar and HbA1c checked. Know where you stand. Action step. Eat a balanced breakfast tomorrow. Protein, fat, fiber. Start there. Warning sign number 5. You're dehydrated and don't even know it. Here's something so simple, it's almost embarrassing. Dehydration. Most people are walking around chronically dehydrated and wondering why they feel terrible. Water is everything. It's in every cell. It's needed for every chemical reaction in your body. It regulates your temperature, transports nutrients, flushes out toxins. When you don't drink enough, your blood gets thicker, your heart works harder, your brain function drops, and guess what else? You feel exhausted. Even mild dehydration, just 1 to 2% of your body weight, can cause fatigue, headaches, and poor concentration. Think about it. When was the last time you drank a full glass of water? Not coffee, not soda, water. A lot of people confuse thirst with hunger or tiredness. They reach for a snack or another coffee when their body is actually screaming for water. Here's a simple test. Look at your urine. If it's dark yellow, you're dehydrated. It should be pale, almost clear. Another clue. Do you get headaches in the afternoon? That's often dehydration. The fix is stupid simple. Drink more water. Aim for at least 8 glasses a day, more if you exercise or live in a hot climate. Start your day with a big glass of water, keep a bottle with you, set reminders on your phone if you have to. And here's a pro tip. If plain water bores you, add lemon, cucumber, or mint. Make it enjoyable. Action step. Drink a glass of water right now. Then, keep drinking. Warning sign number 6. Your vitamin D is in the gutter. Let me tell you about the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D is not just for bones. It's crucial for your immune system, your mood, your muscles, and yes, your energy levels. And most people, deficient. Especially if you live in the northern half of the United States, especially if you work indoors, especially in winter. Your body makes vitamin D when sunlight hits your skin. But how much sun are you really getting? If you're stuck in an office or glued to your couch, probably not enough. Low vitamin D makes you feel sluggish, weak, and downright miserable. It's linked to depression, muscle pain, and chronic fatigue. I can't tell you how many times I've tested someone's vitamin D and found it in the teens or 20s when it should be at least 30, ideally 40 to 60. We put them on a supplement, usually 2,000 to 4,000 IU a day, and within weeks, they're saying, I didn't realize how bad I felt until I started feeling good. It's that traumatic. So here's what you do. Get tested. A simple blood test called 25-hydroxy vitamin D will tell you where you stand. If you're low, supplement. Vitamin D3 is the best form. Take it with a meal that has fat because it's fat soluble. And when weather permits, get outside. Even 15 minutes of sunlight a few times a week helps. Action step. Get your vitamin D checked and start supplementing if needed.
Warning sign number 7. You're ignoring your mental health. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Your mental health. Depression, anxiety, chronic stress, these aren't just in your head, they're in your body. And they're exhausting. When you're depressed, your brain chemistry is off. Serotonin, dopamine, these are the chemicals that make you feel motivated, happy, alive. When they're low, everything feels harder. Getting out of bed feels impossible. Anxiety is even sneakier. You might not feel sad, but your body is in constant fight or flight mode. Your cortisol, your stress hormone, is through the roof. That drains energy like nothing else. And chronic stress, it's like running a marathon every single day without ever crossing the finish line. Here's the truth. You can sleep 10 hours a night, eat perfectly, exercise daily, and still be exhausted if your mental health is suffering. I've had patients who were doing everything right physically, but were burnt out emotionally. They were carrying trauma, grief, toxic relationships, impossible workloads. We addressed the mental side, therapy, medication when needed, lifestyle changes, and suddenly their energy came back. So please, don't ignore this. If you're feeling hopeless, overwhelmed, or numb, talk to someone, a therapist, a doctor, a trusted friend. Mental health is health, period. And if you're stressed, build in recovery, meditate, journal, take breaks, say no more often. Protect your peace. Action step. Check in with yourself. If you're struggling, reach out for help. Today. All right, let's bring this home. You're tired all the time, and now you know it's not just about sleep. Let's recap the 7 real reasons. 1. Your iron levels are too low. Get tested, eat iron-rich foods, supplement if needed. 2. Your thyroid isn't working. Check your TSH and thyroid hormones. Treatment is simple. 3. Chronic inflammation is draining you. Clean up your diet, move your body, calm the fire. 4. Your blood sugar is all over the place. Balance your meals with protein, fat, and fiber. 5. You're dehydrated. Drink more water every single day. 6. Your vitamin D is tanking. Get tested, supplement, get outside. 7. Your mental health needs attention. Talk to someone. Take care of your mind. You have more control over this than you think. These aren't mysteries. They're fixable, testable, actionable. You don't have to live like this. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button and share it with someone who's always exhausted. You could be changing their life. Want to learn more? Check out my video on why you're always hungry even after eating, or the #1 vitamin deficiency destroying your brain. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dr. Michael Harrison, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel good. Stay healthy, stay strong, and remember, your energy is waiting for you. Go get it.